The Yamaha Sidewinder is the most powerful production snowmobile ever. Or, in the words of Yamaha,
well, that's not really the end of the story. The 2018 Yamaha Sidewinder is a little bit more involved to end it like that, so let's start with what's new for 2018. First off, it's Yamaha's 50th anniversary, and one of the ways they're celebrating the milestone is with special edition graphics packages on LE models like this RTX.
there's a couple of other things too, but there's one thing that hasn't changed, and it's this bit right here, the turbo. And it's the turbo that turns this machine into a beast.
Yamaha claims 180 horsepower, but that's at 10,000 feet. Here at sea level, it's easy to add another 20 ponies, pushing that number up even higher. And when you grab a bunch of throttle with this sled, you better be ready for it.
This sled redefines the connection between here and here. The power that this thing has will get you going at a pace down the trail that you've never been to before. And the speed at which this thing can get you there is simply astounding. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's awesome, but if you choose to go ludicrous on this machine, you'd better know what's going on around you. Now, more than one person has been caught out by the Sidewinder, and sometimes it starts with, hey, I want to try that sled, let me go for a burn across the lake or the field. Now, this segment, it's called First Burn, and let me tell you, the first ride on this machine can definitely burn you. Trust me, I know. It almost put me in the rhubarb.
The power of the Sidewinder is something that just doesn't stop. It pulls and pulls and pulls some more hard. But it's actually pretty smooth doing it, which is one of the reasons why this sled can get you into trouble. You just don't realize how fast you're going or how quickly you got there. So entering a corner with all this going on can make things spicy in a hurry. Ever hear the saying, he ran out of talent? Well, this sled is going to test your talent, which is a good thing. Now, up to this point, I'm painting a picture that might have you thinking this sled is a little dangerous, but it really isn't. You just have to pay attention, which is something you got to do on any hyper sled in the market anyways. I'm just trying to impress upon you that this sled is a bit more hyper than some of the others.
Now that we have that out of the way, the Sidewinder is actually a pretty decent trail sled, especially when you're not traveling at speeds approaching plaid. At a normal pace, the Sidewinder, well, it's as docile as any other GT sled in the market, and that's because its power plant is both predictable and linear at part throttle, and the SRV chassis, well, it responds well to body English.
Last season, the Sidewinder became one of the go-to sleds of the STV and OSM fleets for long-haul rides. It's quiet, the heated seat helps keep you warm, and the engine pumps enough heat out of the bodywork to be felt as well. It was even one of the best sleds on fuel at moderate boost levels anyways. But it is a big sled, and all of our riders felt it was one you had to pace yourself on. It does demand some effort to ride spiritedly, so on those long days, it's best to back off a bit in the tight stuff. Now, even if you do fall behind, don't worry, you're going to catch up on the next straight bit.
"2018 also sees an improvement with the skis and a new Keel design. Now this helps with the bite in the corners. The machine's still heavy, mind you, but this new ski really does help this thing corner better than it used to.
Another big part of making this particular 50th anniversary sled as good as it is the Fox QX3 shocks on the front and rear suspensions. I love these things for their simplicity. They have 3 positions that as a rider you can actually feel in the seat of your pants, and they can be set quickly with gloves on. The only complicating factor is the adjustable rebound that's located on the bottom of the ski shocks and the rear arm shock of the skid. Now, a little time spent here understanding how rebound will affect ride and shock packing, plus setting your ride height, will help fine-tune these QX3s perfectly. But your go-to adjustment will still be the top 3-position clicker. At the end of the day, this is not a sled for everyone. This is an expert-only ride, but in the hands of an experienced rider, it is a capable sled in just about every way. It can be trail-ridden on local systems, toured long-haul at destinations, and it's still down to race across any lake that you might come across.
The 2018 Yamaha RTX LE is one of those sleds that people just notice. This thing really is something special. Kind of reminds me of the old days of the triples, like the Thundercats and the Mach 1s, SRXs, and Storms. You knew when you saw those sleds on the trail or on the lake, you were looking at the big dogs. I wonder if those days are coming back.